There are moments in life when one simple question, one tiny spark of curiosity, opens the door to a truth that shakes an entire family to its core. For 12-year-old Elias Morgan, son of billionaire CEO Alexander Morgan, that spark was a single tattoo he noticed on a quiet woman cleaning the marble floor of his father's company lobby. A strange symbol, a symbol he had seen once before, in a place no one expected him to remember. And when he asked her, "Ma'am, where did you get that tattoo?" what she revealed would unravel secrets, heal wounds, expose pride, rebuild dignity, and prove that the greatest wealth in the world is compassion. The headquarters of Morgan Tech International was a palace of glass and steel. It echoed power, wealth, perfection, and inside it walked a boy who didn't fit the world he belonged to. Elias Morgan, wearing his school uniform and carrying a backpack with astronomy stickers, trailed behind his father's long strides. Alexander Morgan spoke into two phones at once, firing orders that sounded more like thunderbolts. But Elias, he wasn't listening. He was watching the workers, men and women cleaning, arranging files, pushing carts, organizing boxes. He always wondered why they avoided looking up, why everyone bowed when his father passed. Then he saw her, a woman kneeling on the floor with a cleaning bucket beside her. Her sleeves were rolled up, and on her left wrist, a faded tattoo of a broken circle with 3 dots around it. Elias froze. He had seen that symbol before. Where? In an old childhood drawing he made when he was 6. A drawing of his mother holding him. On her wrist, the same broken circle tattoo. Elias stepped close and whispered, "Ma'am, where did you get that tattoo?" The woman looked up, surprised, cautious, almost afraid. Before she answered, Alexander turned sharply. "Elias, don't disturb the staff." But the woman stood up gently, wiped her hands, and said, "It's all right, sir. He only asked a question." Elias repeated, firmer, "Where did you get it?" "My mom had the same one." The woman's eyes widened, and the world changed from that moment. The woman hesitated, not because she didn't know what to say, but because she didn't know if she should say it. Alexander stepped in front of Elias. "Maya, return to your shift." "Elias, let's go." But Elias didn't move. "I remember the tattoo," he whispered. "It was on Mom's wrist the day she..." He stopped, his voice cracking. Maya knelt to his height. Her voice was soft, gentle, like a memory returning home. "Your mother and I, we grew up together." Elias blinked fast. "You knew my mom?" Maya nodded. Alexander's face hardened. Anger mixed with something Elias had never seen in him, fear. "Elias," he said sternly, "we're leaving." Maya stood slowly. But before the moment could slip away, she whispered, "Your mother had that tattoo because it meant something special. It meant freedom." Inside the elevator, Alexander slammed the emergency stop button. "Elias, you must never speak to that woman again." "Why? Who is she?" "She worked here for charity placement. She has nothing to do with you." "That's not true," Elias muttered. "She knew Mom." Alexander's jaw tightened. "That woman comes from a world far from ours. A world I took your mother out of. I won't have those old connections dragging us back." Elias whispered, "Dad, are you ashamed of where Mom came from?" Alexander didn't answer, but silence is an answer. And Elias felt it like a crack in a mirror. That night, Elias dug through his old childhood drawings. And he found it, a drawing of him sitting on his mother's lap. Her smiling face, her left hand, and the same tattoo, a broken circle with 3 dots. He scanned the drawing into his tablet, enlarged it, examined every line. Then he searched online for the symbol. Nothing. It wasn't a brand, not a fashion design, not a common tattoo. So it had to be personal. He needed answers. Only one person had them. At dawn, Elias sneaked out. Mrs. Hartwell tried to stop him, but he whispered, "I just need to ask her something." She sighed. She knew that look. He had inherited his mother's stubborn heart. At the company lobby, Maya was mopping the floor quietly. Elias approached slowly. "Maya, please tell me the truth." She looked at him for a long moment, then took a deep breath. "Your mother and I were part of a community. A small group of women who promised to protect each other. That tattoo was our symbol. A promise to stay united. To help one another no matter how life changed." Elias asked, "Why did Dad say to stay away from you?" Maya wiped her hands on her apron. "Because your mother didn't come from wealth, Elias. She grew up like me. She worked hard, she fought hard, and when she met your father, she moved into a different world." Elias swallowed. "So why are you here cleaning floors?" Maya looked around the shiny lobby. Life is not a straight path. I made choices, and I faced the consequences. But I'm rebuilding, step by step. Her eyes softened. And your mother helped me until the day she passed. A tear rolled down Elias's cheek. Dad never told me any of this. Maya placed a hand over his. Sometimes adults hide things, not to deceive, but to protect. Alexander found them. His voice thundered. Elias, Maya, step away from him. But Maya stood tall, this time without fear. He deserves to know who his mother truly was. Alexander's voice cracked. She was my wife. I decide what he knows. Elias stared at his father. Why are you hiding her life from me? Alexander didn't answer immediately. He turned away, his fist shaking. My son, your mother was everything good in this world. But she suffered. She grew up in poverty. She fought hunger. She fought discrimination. She fought to survive. He looked directly at Maya. She escaped that life. I gave her another world. Maya whispered. She never wanted to escape. She wanted to uplift others. That's why she helped me. And she wanted Elias to know that kindness has no class. Alexander's voice dropped to a whisper. I didn't want my son to see where she came from. Elias whispered. Dad, is that shame? Alexander opened his mouth, closed it, and said nothing. A board meeting was underway. High stakes, big investors, cold professionalism. Then Elias walked in, unexpectedly. Dad, he said in front of everyone, I want Maya to tell the story of the tattoo here. Alexander nearly fainted. Maya stepped inside, trembling, surrounded by executives in suits. She told the full story. The tattoo stood for a circle that wasn't perfect. A reminder that humans are flawed. But the 3 dots represented hope, courage, and change. She explained how she and Grace survived their early lives by helping each other. How they vowed to never forget their origins. How Grace used her wealth not for pride, but for purpose. Silence fell. One of the directors whispered. That is leadership. Another nodded. That's the kind of story this company needs. Alexander realized. He had been protecting an image, not his wife's memory. For the first time since his wife's death, Alexander returned to Grace's old community. Maya guided him and Elias through narrow streets, small shops, broken sidewalks, but a place full of laughter, color, resilience, music. Children ran barefoot. Mothers sold fruit on wooden tables. Men fixed cars under shade trees. Alexander looked around, stunned. People recognized Maya and hugged her. They shared stories about Grace. Elias discovered a world, not defined by wealth, but by heart. And Alexander realized the truth. His wife had never been ashamed of her past. She was proud of it. He was the one who feared it. Alexander called the entire Morgan Tech staff for a town hall meeting. He admitted his mistakes. He spoke about humility, about understanding where people come from, about the dignity of labor, about Grace's dream to create opportunities for struggling communities. And in front of everyone, he announced, Maya Thompson will no longer clean floors. She will lead the new community outreach division. The room erupted in applause. Maya covered her mouth, tears streaming. Elias hugged her tightly. You're part of our family now. Later that evening, Maya told Elias something she had held onto for years. Your mother always said you would grow up to be a bridge. A person who connects worlds. She knew you would find me someday. Elias looked at the tattoo again. What does the broken circle really mean? Maya smiled softly. It means, life is never perfect, but the dots remind us we can still choose hope, courage, and change. Elias whispered, I'll never forget that. Morgan Tech launched community programs, free tech training, school scholarships, neighborhood renovations, employment support. Alexander attended every event personally. Maya became a beloved leader. Elias helped design a new company logo inspired by the tattoo. The circle, no longer broken, but whole. The 3 dots shining around it. Hope, courage, change. Grace's legacy restored.